Hello, John. We're at 8445 Chinkapin. I believe it's December 13th. Or 14th. Maybe the 14th. We'll do a little walkthrough video. We got our electric covers off. We had talked we're going to change all the receptacles and switches, so I got a list for them. We took the trim off of this slider. It was pretty tore up and actually didn't match the ranch casing that is throughout the rest of the house. So we'll put regular smooth ranch to match everything else. Fireplace fired up. I didn't think the blower was working, but once it got warm enough, must be there's a temperature gauge on it. The blower did kick on. So we're letting it kind of burn off right now. Get rid of some of the dust smell. A few minor crackings up here. This is the addition, so doesn't necessarily surprise me by any means. Most of this we'll be able to just fix with caulking. I don't think we'll get into any sheetrock cement. Maybe a little on this crack. Dining area in good shape. A few holes here and there. We got our doors off our kitchen. Dan is cleaning them now. They were still, this one's we got cleaned, looks pretty good.
Yeah, that paint's up good.
But they did have some grease still on them from the original cleaning, so we're gonna get them good for paint here. Cabinets are in good shape. Again, they need a good thorough cleaning. This guy here is a lot going on. Needs a good deep cleaning. We had thoughts of even you could take this whole thing off and then you just got yourself a nice pantry closet kind of a thing. And then I was like, you could take one off and then you could have like a broom closet on one side and then keep the other side for your spices and such and that. Just a couple options to think about. Inside of this cabinet is pretty marred up in here, so we'll have to think about either, because our paint will stop kind of at this style edge. We'll tape these off so that we just get our style painted front and side. So maybe contact paper in here. They probably even make it that would match this. I would have to go out on a limb and say. A few little split there. We'll put some little putties in there before we paint. The Lazy Susan, we took the shelves out of. They're in pretty rough shape, so we'll try and replace them. Hopefully we can. Sink base underneath, solid, but again, it's gonna need some sort of a base in there, cover, plastic, something. Little schmuck there from drainage on the refrigerator, I'm sure. We got the big fan out here. We also took this fan out as well. That's right, we had talked about that. This room does have heat vents in it as well as this fireplace. It's got, I believe, one intake and two heats. There's the Lazy Susans. I just don't know that they'll clean up. So we'll look into that. Living area, looking good. Some holes where the TV hung. And pictures. Our upper corners in this area all look to be in good shape. We took a few of the intakes and exhaust. Some of them were just in rough shape. Would look nice through here. We'll go down towards, this is your hallway closet with the shelves. Looks good. I think just a paint job. It actually has the old original carpet. I'm going to have to assume in here some brown carpeting. I mean, it doesn't look awful. I think you could get away with saving it. If not, we could, you know, there's different options you could do. A sheet vinyl, put something in there, fairly inexpensive. So that's a choice. There's our attic access. We'll get up in there and see what's going on. I haven't poked my head up in there yet. Needs a little tightening up. This bath, like we had said, is in good shape. We're thinking a deep clean on this vanity and some fresh polyurethane on it to extend the life on it. But it's a solid. The insides need some sticky liners in them, drawer liners. This looks all pretty nice under here. Our plumbing looks nice. This base is in good shape, for sure. It's solid. We have the door for this guy, so that'll get saved, and that is a 6-panel style door, so that'll match the new doors. And the shelves will just, I think they'll paint. If we think there'll be trouble with them, we'll just get some new wood to put in there. Ceiling fan, you know, it seems to work fairly good. Needs a good cleaning up in there, vacuumed out, some WD-40 in there, and as long as this guy cleans up pretty good, which I think it will, I think you're gonna be okay on that. The shower walls and all this are in rough shape. Little hole here, not sure, there's a little looseness here, so we'll figure that out. But yeah, caulk job was definitely lacking. And I really haven't tested these guys out yet. So they do work, and they are Delta. That's decent. So that should be fine. We'll dig into this caulk and see where that kind of leads us. I'm not sure what style the walls are, but I think we'll get it freshened up. It looks fairly decent. And I think we had talked about a new floor in here. That would eliminate whatever they had kind of going here from having to put something else there. Toilet's in good shape. New seat. This tile's in nice shape. Maybe a little fresh caulk job, a little cracking going on up top. This light got some rust, so I think that might go on your list of lights. We had talked about saving the other ones in the kitchen. They're the same style. Not sure. I'm going to assume it's Depot or Lowe's. Maybe I'll be able to find a name on something. If not, I'm sure something will go. This guy, I'm not sure if you're going to want to change that or leave it. It's in good shape. Little back bedroom. Got its closet stuff all in there, so it looks pretty good. Looks like it needs a, well, I guess those are bars on those. You can hang your clothes right there, yeah. So that's nice. No ceiling light in here. I'm assuming this switch does a receptacle. We'll check into that. There is actually a light in here. That's nice. A few holes, some nicks, but pretty nice shape. We're gonna use this room without the carpet and this room without the carpet as a couple little paint booths for painting the doors and drawers. I think we'll set it up to use a sprayer on these. We'll be able to seal this room off so we won't have to worry about flooring or anything like that. This closet insert, I don't know, is in good shape. It's got the shelves in the center there, and either side bars, top and bottom bars. So it's a pretty nice setup. Whether it gets painted, possibly. But yeah, I think it's worth saving. And let's see, we'll scoot back down here. Downstairs, foyer tiles in nice shape. I'm thinking new trim around at least this one side of this door. This piece is all beat up. Again, this type of stuff, you know, it's got some rust with a brand new paint job. You kind of hate to have that guy. And when you paint those, they just never really come around good. Downstairs here, this bathroom looks very good. I mean, just a cleaning and it should be good. There's, you know, little stuff that, you know, this piece of plastic trim around here is off, looking a little funky, so we'll get into that a little bit and just another thorough cleaning throughout. The vanities looking fairly decent in there. Mirror matches the vanity. Little storage space under here. Get the wraps around there. This area, this is where you're talking maybe a wall here, and I actually have a couple numbers kind of drawn up. I have a diagram. I'll send you a picture of it. Just different options with this whole thing. As you can see, looking down this view, that supporting pole right here isn't in line. These two walls, this wall and the far one, don't line up. They're probably 8 to 12 inches off. So a couple things that you could do is see if we can move this back at least in line with the far wall. Then you could come straight off that far wall and just have a jog at this end. Or you could jog out at that end and then come across and grab that pole and then jog at this end as well. Then you'd probably have a 4 or 5 inch jog at the far end and still that same kind of 12-inch type of a jog on this end. Or you leave the post where it is and bring the wall straight down and just kind of box around that pole at the wall as well. That's an option as well. Of course, doing that, we're going to have to cut into this carpet to get our bottom plate attached to the concrete floor and not build it on top of the carpet. So that would be a little, just something to mess with. That carpet, you'd have to get another tack strip down pull the carpet so you stretch it back out. And then up top, you're looking at this drop ceiling. Where it drops here, this is because there's ductwork up in there. So that's why that is dropping down. And as you can kind of see on that bathroom door, if you put a door into this room, it will be real tight up in there. And obviously this, when you do your wall, we'd have to kind of cut into that. You know, and then have to piece it back together on either side. And then it steps back up. And it'd be the same thing here. You'd have to kind of redo some of this drop ceiling. So we could get attached at the top. And then I would say the door would go kind of in this part of town. Would be my thought. And then I think you're thinking just one big room here is what I'm thinking. And then if you want to divide it, obviously it'd be 2 doors and another wall. Probably some more electric work, because if you put a wall here, you'd want at least a receptacle on either side in that wall. Then light switches, you'd have to break these. That light switch right there controls these 2 ceiling lights, one here and one there. So you'd have to kind of maybe rethink the lighting in here as well. Let's see, we'll keep moving right now. Laundry room, clean out sink, nice little room. We'll get rid of the washer and dryer. The sink is nice, little beat up. We'll see what it cleans up when it's done. Maybe a new one would want to go in there just to dress it up. A little mold down here, but that's all been mediated and sprayed, so it's just staining. The sheetrock feels pretty solid down here, so I'm thinking we can just, we'll clean it up, actually hand wipe it down with some straight bleach, and they make a primer that is specifically for covering mold, and we'll get that as we're painting. Same kind of situation in this room with this mold, for whatever reason, clung tight onto that plywood. This room, I don't know if you can see how the drop ceilings have a pretty good sag to them in here. This was one of the wetter rooms, must be the lower part of the basement. So with these, maybe you'd want to replace them, possibly. Like I say, they're up and they're in, so it's not necessarily broken. Just like I say, got some sags to it. This one's a little stretched out. I don't know that one will go back in, so that one, I don't know if we can find this particular style. Again, that'll be something we'll be looking into. Furnace, geez, I forget what year that was. I'm sure I'll come across that, but I mean, it's nothing you want to mess with now. It looks great. Kicks out nice heat. This ceiling fan in here, it's a fan and a light. And they have it actually, the fan and light both come on. They aren't individually wired. The fan seems to work okay. I think it needs to get cleaned out. I didn't feel like it was pulling as much air as I thought it should be. So that one, maybe you just want a fan that's a fan and not a fan of light, or would you want a second switch here so that you can operate your fan or your light? Drop ceiling in there is in nice shape, actually. This drop ceiling out here is in pretty good shape. It didn't seem to sag like that back bedroom. It's held its integrity a bit better. There's a few that are. This one's obviously got some weight pushing on it, and it did. Both of the ones where the heat comes out kind of have a sag to them. Other than that, they're pretty straight and in good shape. There's one little spot here. If we did the wall and ended up, you know, hopefully we could use, you know, what you cut off from this side to use on this side. We'd have to see how that kind of played out. Let's see. We'll step outside. Okay. Outside, the tree where they took the tree from, we got a pretty good, couple good little sinkholes here where the roots are rotting and sinking in. So a couple deep holes there. I was surprised. We do have some extra landscape rocks that were here around the tree, so we'll be able to fill some of that hole with some rocks, I think. And we'll probably need a little bit of topsoil here in this yard at some point to shake around to fill these holes in. Let's see, outside here, exterior paint, siding not getting painted, shutters, yes, trim around that front door, yes. I'm assuming white on the trim around the front door, but maybe no. Maybe the same color, whatever the shutters will be. Front door will get painted. Garage door will get painted. On this corner here, there is a little bit of damage here. We'll kind of investigate origins, but it's dry in there now, so that's a good sign. But we'll have to do a little bit of something in there. We'll keep it as minimal as we can. But we'll have to take a couple pieces of siding off here and just get in there a little bit and see what exactly happened here. Something came apart. The garage door, the springs, this one's broken on this side. And this one over here, you can see it's stretched out. Not broke yet, but probably getting ready to right there. So we'll probably have to do a little new spring kind of set up on this to get it flowing nice. Garage is in nice shape. It's insulated, so it's not even bad on the cooler days. This cabinet, the shelves had that black paint tar all over them, so we got rid of the shelves. Cabinet's not in bad shape, a little blown up there, but I think that could be repaired, and it's kind of a nice little cabinet. It's got a match over here that the shelves are in and work. So, I don't know, I would maybe save that. Like I say, a little bit of work, a new bottom piece in it we could do. And it'd be a functioning cabinet, maybe some new shelves in there. There's the door for the small linen closet in the bathroom. It's upside down, but it would match a 6-panel style door. A couple handrails. This door appears to be in good shape. Paint. but it all seems to be quite solid. The AC is newer looking. Looks good. Got a screen door out here that's in nice shape. There's a broken window there that I think we had talked about. And we have a guy we have worked with, haven't seen him in a long time, but that replaces glass, so we'll check in to see what kind of cost that's going to be. The stairs here, we're talking about redoing them. We'll dig into them a little bit. They tip this way is kind of their problem. I don't know what might be here for a foundation, and rebuilding them, I would move these rails out to the edge here, and you would kind of gain 6 extra inches coming down those stairs, and they wouldn't feel as tight as well. Other than that, the deck feels quite solid. It needs a sealer. We'll obviously match the fence sealer with this sealer. And that being said, the fence been pressure cleaned. It looks good. We're going to seal it with an Olympic sealer with a slight color to it. We've used the one for Peter. It's a maple, it's called. It's just a light little brown to it that I think will meld everything kind of together on it. This door, we got some rot up here. This little brace kind of supports the door so that it keeps it supported. Right now it's dragging on the ground, but a new support, a few new boards on this. Might even have to change the bottom, maybe even all 3, just to strengthen it up, kind of put new ones. I wouldn't say replace, but new ones on it. Maybe leave the bottom 2 because they're pretty solid. That top one probably a total maybe replace. There's a piece missing there, no problem getting a new one of them and sticking it on. This guy kind of came apart here. Doesn't look like anything crazy by any means. Actually looks pretty solid. Looks like it just needs to be reattached up here. Few loose slats. We'll tack them back up. A little bit of rot on this guy. So maybe a new one. I would just go under it with a new board and not get too crazy into ripping and tearing into anything. Sometimes you can create more damage as you do stuff like that, but we would take it light. And this one's got a split in it. A little investigating to see what's going on there. Another hunk there, maybe a fresh one. This is a back gate. I don't know that it's necessary. I would probably, we'll see what it does. If it's easy enough to fix, we'll fix it, or maybe we just want to close it off and not worry about a swinging gate back here. There's nothing back here, but it's basically a drain between all these houses. Oh, they all kind of grade towards this, and a little swale is what we'd call it. This corner, another rotted piece, but I think, again, just another one underneath it. You know, maybe take the rot out of that one, see how it all falls. A few loose slats tacked up. All in all, it's pretty solid for what it is. Back here, there's a piece of white trim there. This window here, you see it kind of dripping around right there. Might want to see about a gutter right there. Even though it comes out, I'm sure they're able to bend their stuff around something like that. But might be worth getting a price to see what. Just because you can see on the bottom side of that aluminum is separated slightly from the top of the window. So we'd want to get up there and do a little tightening up around that, just to make sure no weather's getting in there. Same on the bottom, you can kind of see it's coming apart a little bit there. So just a little love on this guy, a little love, some fresh caulk. Those trees, I know I was gonna get rid of them when the tree guy was here, but somehow didn't get relayed to him. So I'm thinking we'll just take them things down to the stumps and not grind the stump out. And I think you could just stay on top of it, trimming it back each year and just keep them under control. This guy's under here. This door doesn't quite open all the way. It's could be modified slightly. Under here, insulated for the addition. They got stone down in here. Somebody also put some paneling. Texture 111 is actually what it is. It's a sheet, plywood sheet type of thing. This was actually a deck at one time. If you come over here and look, you can see those are deck boards that they built the addition right on top of. Nice beam across there, 3 poles there, and then those were probably the original decking poles that are out there. It's pretty solid. The bottom, you can see daylight under it. It's not sitting on anything. There's no foundation under those walls. They're just kind of hanging on the posts. This over here is just underneath the deck. They have some junk and brush under here that should probably get cleaned out. But nothing really to see here. There's a door over there. I would keep that padlocked if it were me, so nobody else can tuck anything under here. And this little space, I mean, it's a nice storage space. It's dry in here. You know, could leave it as is without a doubt. Could clean this rotting wood out of the floor. These doors must have been the original doors. I'd say get rid of them. You know, you could do things in here if you wanted. You could put you could pour concrete in here, you know, and really seal this thing up. Just something to think about for now and the future. You know, for now, maybe you don't do anything, but something to think about if you wanted a concrete floor poured in here, or maybe just a vapor barrier plastic, a 6mm heavy duty plastic put down all throughout, kind of rolled up the sides, and then put 4 inches of more #1 stone on top of that. And that would help keep it, that would kind of cover those holes with the plastic going up, and then the stone. It would help seal it up a little bit, keep it drier. You know, if you did something like that, you could even put an insulation board up down on these walls to seal it up even more. Just thoughts. Just thoughts. But you can see the water dripping down here. So a gutter would definitely be a good little addition, a little piece of gutter there. These doors. Okay. side. There's that broken window. These windows, you got one here, and then these two windows here are sliders. And they're obviously an inexpensive slider. There is no lock on these. Nothing that you can pull or switch or anything. So they just open. You know, you can easily fix that with, you know, they make things that you can put in here, get something. Well, just to throw that out there to you, that's those three windows. These ones in the fronts, they're in good shape. I'll show you upstairs the windows. These are, I don't know, maybe sometimes late 70s, mid 80s kind of window. They're wood. And they have a string here on either side. And then there's a weight inside so that when you open this window, there's a little counterweight that holds it up. And these windows were in every house. They were, when they went in, they were state of the art. But on the upstairs ones, what has happened over time is, get up here, go in here to this guy right here. Let me go out front, a little less glare maybe. Like this one, here's the string here. And it's frayed off. Same with this guy. It's just been frayed. So when you open this window, it just drops. Works, but just drops. I'm gonna do some investigating to see. I can see there's a screw there. And some screws down here. So that might come apart. And I'm gonna see if there's parts for it, just to see what our options will be. And that's on 2 bedroom windows, the front window, and the kitchen window, so 4 windows. This particular one has a little bit of wood damage here, a little bit of, it's gotten some moisture at some point in time. So we'll investigate that. Doesn't feel wet now. So whether it was, I don't know, over the years even condensation could do that. That could be repaired. If we could repair the strings, you could then it'd be easy to repair that. Easy to repair that either way. The other ones all seem solid as far as that goes. So we'll check into what it might take to fix these, if they're fixable, parts available, all that kind of jazz. Obviously you could, again, just have a bracket of some sort, you know, right there in the window for the renters or whatever, and let them know, you know, don't let the window slam. And just make sure if they're going to open it that they prop it up properly. Okay, I'm going to leave it right there for right now because I'm getting a little confused myself. But yeah, we look good. We look good. So we're getting a little bit rocking and rolling here. Won't be long. We'll be putting some paint on here. All right, we'll talk, John.